go for it.
Okay. Today I'm going to tell you a story out of Luke chapter 19, but before I begin, I want to just tell you a little bit about what was happening beforehand. And Jesus is on his way to Jerusalem, and he's entering into Jericho, and as he's entering in, there's a blind man on the side of the road, and he keeps calling out to Jesus, and Jesus heals that blind man. And in the story that I'll be telling you, Jesus will be meeting up with a tax collector. And tax collectors in those days, just like today, were very welcomed people. And back then they worked for the Roman government, so they took the taxes from the Jewish people and gave it to the Roman government. So my story will begin in Luke chapter 19, verses 1 through 10. And Jesus entering and was passing through Jericho. And there was a man named Zaccheus, who is a chief tax collector, and he was a very wealthy man. And he was trying to see who Jesus was, but he was unable to because there was such a big crowd, and he was a very short man. So Zaccheus quickly ran, climbed into a sycamore tree, and there he waited for Jesus. He was about to pass through. And Jesus walks up and says, "Zaccheus, come down from there, for today I want to spend at your house." So Zaccheus quickly jumps down and gladly greets Jesus. And the crowd, they started mumbling, "This Jesus, he is going to a house of a sinner." Zaccheus stops and says, "Lord, I would be willing to give half of my income to the poor. And if I have defrauded anyone of anything, I would be willing to pay back up to 4 times. Jesus says to Zaccheus, "Today salvation has come to your house, for you truly are a son of Abraham." The Son of Man has come to seek and save that which was lost. And that's the end of my story.
Wow. That was really good.
It was, lots of energy.
Yeah.
Boy. Okay.
What do you do next?
So basically I would like to know if anyone would be willing to get up and share what they remember of the story that I just told.
We're all jumping up at once.
Yeah. Okay. So if we don't do that, then I will just go on.
Just wait. Somebody, we'll make somebody do it. Or
Okay.
you want to hold this or something? You want me to do it, or you want to do it? You're going to. Okay.
Okay.
Let's see.
You know the story.
Let's see. It's a great thing if you don't use it, you're losing. Let's see. It's going to be bad.
He just healed the blind man.
Yeah. So Jesus is passing through Jericho, and there was a certain rich guy who was a tax collector in the town who wanted to see Jesus, but he was short. And so he ran on ahead and climbed up a sycamore tree, and because he knew Jesus would be passing that way. So when Jesus got there, he looked up and said, "Zaccheus, come down, because I'm going to spend today at your house." Something like that. And Zaccheus came down and received him gladly. That's good. He had good emotions. Received him gladly. And the crowd, when they saw this, they were like, "Jesus is coming to be the guest of a sinner." And Zaccheus said to Jesus, "My Lord, Lord, I give half of my goods poor, and if I've defrauded anyone or cheated anybody, I'll give them back 4 times as much." And Jesus said, "Today salvation has come to this house, because he also is a son of Abraham, because the Son of Man has come to seek and to save that which is lost." Something like that.
Good job. It's funny how we all remember it's a sycamore tree. Zaccheus was a
Yeah.
little man.
And then I basically will walk through the steps again.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm trying to remember.
You forgot the story, huh?
So Jesus was entering into Jericho, and he met a
Tax collector.
whose name was Zaccheus. And he was a very rich man. No, I forget the story. And Zaccheus was trying to
See,
see
okay.
who Jesus was,
Hmm.
but he couldn't because of the,
Ah.
Crowd.
and
Mhm.
because he was,
Very
Short.
short. Ah, okay.
so he quickly ran up and got into a,
Sycamore tree.
because Jesus was about to pass through.
Mm-hmm.
And Jesus said, "Who is that man in the tree?"
They
Very
said,
no.
Zaccheus, come down.
For today I want to spend it in
Your
your
house.
house. So Zacchaeus comes down and he gladly
Receive.
Welcome.
Or welcome.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And let's see. But the crowds of people, they're like, "Wow, he gets to go to Zacchaeus' house."
Oh, they mumbled and said, who's he going with a
Mumbled.
sinner?
Yeah.
Very good. That's good.
So then Zacchaeus says, "Lord, I would be willing to give
Half.
Yeah.
half of my income to the poor." I'm telling it myself.
Mhm.
And then, and up to 4 times, if I have defrauded anyone, I would give up to
Four
4
times.
times in repayment. So Jesus said, "Well, that's great."
He did say
that,
almost.
He said,
Salvation.
"Salvation has come to this house, for you truly are a
Son
Son of
Abraham.
Abraham.
For the Son of Man has come to seek and to
To save
save that which is
lost.
lost."
Very good.